Hey everyone, my name is Tony and welcome to part 3 of the portal steel frame with DECAsteel. In previous video, we've added our structural elements, added a few details. So in part 3, we'll continue with structural connections. Let's dive in. So before we get started, make sure you catch up with Portal Steel Frame with DECAsteel Part 1 and Part 2. It will bring you up to speed on how we built the main structure and eventually how we got to this point. And as always, the link for those videos will be in the description. So the focus of this video is connection details, and we'll be adding beam to column connection throughout our entire structure. And we're going to get started by focusing on the mezzanine area. So in order for our connections to work, we need at least one bolt. And this is going to be a 3/4 inch structural bolt based on real bolt standards. And these are the specs that we're going to use. So we're going to begin by connecting the main beams to the main columns. You can switch over to the connection tab, and we're going to focus on the mezzanine area. So we're going to choose a beam connection. For the detail, we're going to set this to double angle. Now the angle profile is going to stay at L4 by 4 by 3/8. And for the bolt, we'll pick our 3/4 inch bolts. The row of bolts, we're going to enable auto, and we'll leave the rest of the settings as they are. So now that our connection settings is set, we can start to build our connection, and the workflow is very simple. So first, we're going to click on our column. As you move the cursor over the beam, you can see a preview of what the connection is going to look like. And we can click to confirm our connection. So that's what it looks like on both ends. Now to follow through with the rest of the connections, we can just press escape once to reset the connection tool. And once again, we're going to click on the column and the next beam to add the next connection. And we can follow this same workflow for the next connection. So now we can move over to the other side where the connection is one column and two beams. So press escape to reset the connection tool, select the column first, and then we can click both of the beams and it will add a connection like that. So now we can continue with the same workflow for the other two connections. Now that we're finished with our connection, we need to do a little bit of an inspection. As you can see, some parts are overlapping this portion of the beam. If you look carefully, it's also overlapping on the other side. And if we look around, it seems to be the case on the other connections as well. So we're going to need to make a few adjustments to our connection settings. So let's use the selection icon to select our detail. And we're going to make a few adjustments. First, we're going to change the detail to a knife plate, and we will change the thickness to 3/8 of an inch. And we'll just leave the rest of the settings as is. Let's update. So this adjustment solved the overlap on the column, but as you can see, there's a little bit of an overlap of the plate on the curved side of the beam. We need to adjust the height of this plate. And we can do this by adjusting the top of beam to the first row of bolts. So we're going to change this from 3 to 2.5 inches. Update, and as you can see, the plate shift up and is now perfectly positioned within the beam. And to update the rest of the connections, we can just regenerate our connection detail by following that same workflow. So select the column and then the two beams, and repeat to update the rest of the connections. As you can see, very simple and minor adjustment that should take care of all the interference with the plates. So a very quick pro tip, notice how the plate is the same color as the beam, which indicates that the plate is welded to the beam. And in this case, we want to invert so the plate is welded to the column. We can easily do this by selecting our detail and uncheck plate in connection to member. And once we update, you will notice the plate shift to the color of the column, indicating that it's welded to that member. Keep Keep in mind this connection will be difficult to install without a block cut in the beam flange. Flange being the top or bottom portion of the beam, so the beam can be lowered into place during installation. Now you can create this custom cut using Profile Builder extension, and we're going to demonstrate this on a future video. But as always, the link for Profile Builder will be in the description. So now that we look over our mezzanine structure, we still need to add a beam-to-beam connection. So we'll select a top view and switch to parallel projection mode. And we'll go over to Style and enable X-ray. So now we can come over to the side of the structure. We're going to keep the same settings as they are. Activate connection. Now we can select our main beam and then click on the others to create our connection. So we can simply click one after the other to add that same connection. So now I'll press escape once, click on the main beam again, and we'll keep clicking to create that connection. Let's deactivate X-ray mode. So everything is looking good and is detailed the way that we want. So now we're going to take care of our bracing, and we can go back to our connection. And for our settings, we're going to change this to brace. And we'll use a simple gasket connection. Change the thickness to 3/8 of an inch. For the gasket return angle, we'll go perpendicular to support. We'll keep that same 3/4 inch bolt that we created, and we'll leave the rest of the settings as they are. So now we can apply our connection. So we click build. We're going to select our beam and then bracing, and there is our connection. So press escape. Once again, we'll follow the same workflow. Hit escape once. We'll click the column and then the bracing, and we'll just repeat this until we've added all the connections where we need them. And lastly, before we finish up, we can also add connections to the Eave struts. So we can simply go back to beam connections. We'll select the end plate and we'll leave the rest of the settings as they are. This time, we're going to enable plate in connection to member. So from here, we can build out our connection, select our column, beam 1, and then beam 2. And we can repeat this for the rest of the other connections. Escape once, column, beam 1, beam 2. And that's going to be all for part 3. As always, don't forget to watch part 1 and 2. It will bring you up to speed on everything we've done so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.